grab this enthusiasm while we're here. Take heart. There we go. Whoa. My, what a strange feeling. Now I feel even more ready to sell. A couple of missions over here, might as well grab them too. By the ancients, what a handsome young man. We are blessed. Please do not hesitate to tell me if any of our wares catch your eye. Oh, wrong. Oh, this lady. Oh, this will never do. It is bad for business, very bad. What's that, ma'am? The desert is filled with marauding boneheads. The traveling merchants who bring us fresh goods are being attacked. I fear soon our lines of supply will be severed entirely. If only there were someone who could rid of those skeletal scoundrels. Seems like they're like a proper pickle. Seems like they're in a proper pickle, eh, Ollie boy? Shall we offer a helping hand? I'll help you, ma'am. I'll beat those boneheads for you. Come now, child. We are not in much trouble to send the likes of you to your doom. Nah, man, you don't understand. He's got me, Drippy, Lord of the Fairies, looking after him. He would be right as rain. And what exactly will you do, little man? Gnaw upon the shin bones upon their shin bones until they hop away? Hee hee. What, you flipping cheek of it. Flipping shin bones, indeed. Ollie boy, our pride is on the line here. We need to better these bony beggards good and proper. Sure, let's do it, Mr. Drippy. Very well, defeat 10 boneheads and that will be enough to allow our suppliers to reach us. Oh. Where this one? Yeah, you. Okay. Oh, it's a tragedy. How will my poor darling dear ever survive? Something the matter, love? My soul, my one and only dearest husband, has traveled the Golden Grove to search for delicious mushrooms, but he has forgotten to take his lunch. Knickers, there's disastrous. Yeah, I guess it's kinda bad, huh? He must be really hungry by now. He must. Oh, he must. The wild beast of the forest prevent me from delivering it to him myself. Oh, whatever shall I do? Golden Grove, huh? That's the forest we came through, the one with all those giant mushrooms. That it is, Ollie boy. The fertile forest of fabulous flora and fauna is proper good place to go and search for a bit of grub. Oh, so you are familiar with Golden Grove. Then I must make an urgent request of you. It is great inconvenience, I am sure, but this is emergency, please. You must deliver my dear darling husband's lunch to him. You want us to take it to Golden Grove? Sure, leave it to us. You will aid me in my hour of need, my little hero. Here, this is the lunch I prepare for my best beloved, with all devotion of a faithful wife. You must not be tempted to try it, no matter how delicious it may smell. It is a meal for lovers only. Okay. Oh, there he is. I was wondering where he would be. Spirit medium. Good thing we have enough. Nice to see you again. Did you have fun crossing the desert? Fun, it was flipping boiling, man. Boiling for you? Maybe, Pipsqueak. I'm a ghost, and ghosts don't feel the heat, so there. What are you doing here, horse? I'm looking at these fountains. They're amazing. They squirt out milk. All the milk a boy could drink. They're what Alma Moon is famous for. But the spicy smell coming from the food stall is mixing with the smell of the milk. It's strange. Huh, you think so? I kinda like it. Hey, there are still loads of spells you don't know yet, aren't there, Oliver? Well, I'm trying. It's just my wizard companion is kinda Most of the pages are missing. Missing? Oh yeah. I had to give the page for Spirit Medium, didn't I? Uh-huh. When Mr.Drippy gave it to me, the only spell inside was Gateway. Really? So the pages have been torn out? I bet it was that idiot Shadar's doing. Alright, I suppose I'd better help you fill it back up again, hadn't I? Tidy. There's generous. Maybe I was wrong about you being a stingy little midget after all. Well, I'm not just going to hand a load of pages over. That's what you're thinking. If that's what you're thinking, Oliver will have to prove his wizarding comprehension skills first. The wizard's companion isn't just full of spells. There's also stories in there that were gathered by sages over the centuries. But those who probably been torn out too. Stories are pretty powerful after all. They might inspire people to stand up to them. Right, I'm going to give you one to get you started. Have a read, and it's one of my favorites. You obtained a new Tale of Wonder. Okay, let's do some reading then. Tales of Wonder. First tale. The Cowardly Prince and the Lion. The Cowardly Prince. In a certain country there lived a prince named Tamalo, who was sharp of mind but weak of spirit. His father was a brave king, strong, wise, and loved by his subjects. But the noble example he set served only to weaken Tamalo's spirit. On one occasion his father told him thus, "Soon, my boy, it shall be time for me to retire, upon which thou shalt become king." While the announcement delighted the prince, it filled him with a terrible dread, for he did not have the spirit required to ascend to the throne. In his vexation, he wandered from the castle, lost in thought, whereupon he encountered a fearsome-looking lion. The prince tried to flee, and the lion caught him only easily, and his paw lifted him to his gaping mouth and swallowed him whole. At first, the prince thought he was doomed, but at length he began to reconsider his position. At least I no longer have to become king, thought the prince. After taking a deep breath, he said to the lion, "Mighty lion, I am the prince of this country, and the day after tomorrow I was due to become king. Since thou hast now swallowed me, however, thou must needs become king instead." "King, replied the lion. "I shan't complain about that." Thereupon the prince led the lion back to the palace, and the courtiers were shocked to see the lion enter the palace. But the prince pleaded with them from inside his stomach, and the lion was accepted as king. The lion proved to have quite an aptitude for royal duties. Whensoever there was a dispute in the kingdom, the lion would simply growl at the quarrels. "Stop complaining, or I shall eat you alive." Whensoever a bridge was swept away by a flood, the lion would simply use his paws to root down a tree and lay it across the river. Regarding taxation and legal matters, the lion was utterly ignorant. But whensoever such a problem arose, Prince Tamalo would speak to him from inside his stomach and provide him with a solid solution. Two dragons. After some time, news reached the king that two dragons were ravaging the eastern and western edges of his kingdom. The people were terrified and looked to the king to deliver them from the terrible evil, upon which the king announced he should go and smite the dragons himself. But even the fearsome lion stood no chance defeating two such terrible dragons. "My dear stomach dweller," said he then, "what in the wide world should I do now?" Prince Tamalo considered the lion's question. At length he provided him with a suitable scheme. The lion headed east to part of the kingdom, his part of the kingdom that was being ravaged by the larger dragon, and roared in its ugly face, "Dragon, I shall slay thee. I fear thee not, but no matter how large thou art, thou shalt never devour me." "Oh ho," scoffed the dragon. "We'll see about that," upon which he ate the lion whole. From inside the dragon's stomach, the lion said, "Dragon, thou art now the king of this land. It is therefore a royal duty to defeat the dragon ravaging the western part of the kingdom." At first the dragon paid him no heed, but the dragon witnessed the humans around him bowing down in deference, as Prince Tamalo had requested them to do beforehand. He decided to do his royal duty, whereupon he went to the western mountains and slew the other dragon. Once the other dragon had been slain, the lion commenced to scratching the inside of the dragon's stomach. "Ow, it hurts, it hurts," cried the dragon, rolling in the floor in agony. "Mercy, I beseech thee." To which the lion said, "If thou wouldst not feel this pain, thou must promise never again to hurt the people of this kingdom." "Ow, very well, I promise," cried the dragon in reply. But the dragon was a cunning beast, and the Prince Tamalo knew that he would break his promise the moment the lion was out of his stomach. He therefore had the lion take out the babbling berry that he told him to bring with him, and place it inside the dragon's stomach. This berry was known to make noises that sounded like someone muttering to himself. With that babbling berry in his stomach, the dragon shan't notice that when the lion escapes, thought Prince Tamalo. Later that night, when Dragon was sleeping, the lion crept out of his gaping mouth and set off back to the palace. The dragon left the king and his subjects alone forevermore. The kingdom had been at peace for 10 years now, when the lion said to the Prince Tamalo, "Stomach dweller, it is time thou camest hence from in there. I would have thee take my place on the throne." Prince Tamalo was shocked and replied in a quivering tone, "I fear that I do not have the spirit to become king. But thy judgments over the past 10 years invariably been wise," said the lion. That is as may be, but I am a coward," replied Prince Tamalo. "It is only because I was protected by a big strong lion that I could act so decisively." Yet the lion paid no heed. With an almighty sneeze, he ejected Prince Tamalo from his stomach. It had been 10 years since Prince Tamalo had seen the wide world outside, and he could not believe his eyes. The lion's mane was now fully white, and his face was covered in wrinkles, shut up inside the lion's stomach. Prince Tamalo had been quite unaware of any of this. "As thou canst see with thine own eyes," said the lion, "I have grown old. 10 years that hast thou resided in my stomach, and yet not once did you scratch me or cause me any pain, as myself did to the dragon. Though thou couldst have done it at any time, the courtiers and subjects of this kingdom did not accept me because I am strong. They accepted me because I have given them my all. By which I mean, thou hast given them thine. Thou art the true king of this country, though lackest thou not the spirit, I assure thee." In the manner everyone at the palace beseeched Prince Tamalo to become their king. Prince Tamalo, everyone is humbled. "Grateful for everything thou hast done, our country needeth just such a king as thee." Upon hearing these words, Prince Tamalo felt his courage swell up within him. As King Tamalo gave still more of himself to his country, and despite the fact that the lion had retired, he continued to live alongside the king in the palace. Though many countries are ruled by animals these days, in ancient times all kings were human. Indeed, the magnificent lion about whom you have just read about was the first ever animal to be acknowledged as a king, and the world has never been the same since. So that's what Tamalo looks like now. Huh. It's pretty cool. Squirrels in the bramble, which is the next one, but okay, cool. Did you read the story I gave you? Well, I hope you read it carefully because I got questions for you. Ready? Attempts to solve Taurus's riddle. Good, here it goes. There's quite a few characters in my story. Can you remember them all? Tell me who was the third smallest out of the prince, the lion, and the dragon. of the east and the dragon of the west. It was the lion, of course. Third smallest. Not the smallest, so the lion. King. Say that again? I don't think he actually said that, but carefully. Okay. Oh, Prince. Probably have to type it all the way in. The Prince. Because it gave me the dragon, so it made me think of the lion first. What? Is it case sensitive or something? Or am I doing something wrong here? The Prince. What? That makes no sense. What are you talking about? Here goes. There are quite a few characters in the story. Can you remember them all? Prince, the Lion King. Do I gotta put in Lion King? Surprised this doesn't count. What? Or are you actually joking me? Third smallest. Out of the Prince, the King. Oh, I'm dumb. It's one of the dragons. 1 second. Which one was smaller? Warden's ugly face. Dragon paid him no heed. Fear thee not, dragon of the land, dragon of the west. Okay. Okay, dragon of the west. Actually, how is it spelled exactly? Because I'm not sure if it's case sensitive or not. Dragon of the West. Pressed O instead of square. Okay. Drag. I'm just gonna do it all like that. Dragon. Very impressive. Your wizarding comprehension must be almost as good as mine. Oh, I said it. I'd help. I said I'd help you fill your wisdom companion back up, didn't I? Here. Draw a poison spell. Thanks, Horace. I suppose it Was a bit mean of me giving you a question like that, but you worked it out eventually. But that's what being a wizard is all about, learning to look carefully at every detail and understand what's going on. Shut up with a wise old man talk, will you? You're flipping older than Ollie. You're no flipping older than Ollie boy here. I'm not. I don't suppose I am. At least I don't seem to be. What's that supposed to mean? It's strange. I feel like I'm forgetting something really, really important. Never mind. I can't believe how much this place has changed. I'm going to see if the other towns around the world are different these days. I think I'll head somewhere with a bracing sea breeze next. I might not be able to feel the wind on my face, but I can still enjoy the view. See you soon. Okay, cool. Oh, we can at least talk to Rashad here. That puzzle took me a while.
Are you Mr. Rashad?
Yes, I am.
Mr. Rashad, sir, I need you to teach me magic. I need you to teach me the most powerful spells there are, so I can defeat Shadar.
Defeat Shadar? You?
Yes, sir.
Your journey has been wasted. I no longer practice the magic arts.
Huh? But why not? I thought you were one of the 4 great sages who knows everything there is to know about magic.
It matters not what I was. I use magic no more.
Is she... What do you want? Who are you? Jeepers.
The poor thing's broken-hearted, looks like.
Shadar stole a piece of her heart. It was my fault. I defied him, and to punish me, he did this. That is why I fight no longer. I cannot risk my child's life. I will not. We must accept our fate and live out our days in peace.
Mr. Rashad, sir, you're wrong. She wouldn't want this. She's not in pain because a piece of her heart was stolen. It's because you gave up fighting. Because you gave up on everything. That's why she's in pain.
You are sure of this?
Yes, I am.
I see now that you would say anything to enlist my aid.
Huh?
Begone!
You're making a mistake. I wasn't trying to...
Well, he wasn't wrong. It looks like Shadar's stolen a part of the poor dab's heart.
Then we have to help her. We have to make her heart whole again.
Nah, looks like, I said. This is different.
Huh?
Her heart's not just broken, it's closed.
Closed? What does that mean?
It's like this, see? She's not just had a part of her heart stolen, she's closed it up tight too, to keep the rest safe like. So, before we can think about replacing what's missing, we'll have to open it back up again, innit?
And how do we do that?
We go to your world. If we find whoever she's connected to by there, we can work out what's going on with her by here. So, we head over your way and find her soulmate.
Alright, let's do it.
Right-o, back to your world it is.
Okay, back to my world it is. Do a nice... Actually, I don't need to save like that. Okay. Wrong steps. There we go. Gateway. There we go. So where to start the search, eh? You remember how this works, ain't it, Ollie boy? It's all about spotting the similarities. Somewhere around here, by here, is someone who's similar to young Esther in the other way. Some other way. Some way. Now what girls do you know? Girls? I don't really talk to girls, I mainly talk to Phil. Crikey. Well, that's no good, is it? Well, how are we going to do this then? I'm sure there's somebody she reminds me of. Can't quite put your finger on it, is it? Never mind. If brain work won't do, leg work will. Let's go and stroll around town and see if we spot Esther's soulmates. That way, shall we? Okay, Mr. Drippy, let's go find that girl. I do have a feeling we have seen her before. If you remember when Phil and Oliver were making their car, or getting ready to ride that car. Hey, I just thought, what's up, Mun? You having a nice time thinking about girls, is it? Huh? No, when I used to come here to Phil's garage, there was a girl. She was always looking at us from her window. From her window, eh? Sounds like a proper shrinking violet. I guess so. That's the window up there. Oh, that's her, Mr. Drippy. Flipping heck, Ollie boy. Why didn't you think of her straight away? She's a spitting image of her man. Of who? Who do you flipping think, you blockhead? The great sage's daughter, ain't it? The one who's obviously her flipping soulmate. Is it that obvious? I never noticed. You sure have good eyes, Mr. Drippy. She was only in the window for a second. Never underestimate the razor-sharp eyes of a fairy, my boy. Spot a speck of dust on the head of a pin, I could. Anyway, it's her. And no mistake. No go in. Now let's go barge our way into her bedroom. Okay. Okay. Time to go to Scary Mary's. But this time we'll have to stop right here since it's starting to get pretty early in the day. It's early in the day, but it's just that I got something I'm doing today, so I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Thank y'all for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Keep being spooky. Peace out. Boys and girls, I just want to take a second and say to go and check out my friends' channels on the channel section on my page, and one of them will be on the ending of this video, on the ending card. Please go check them out. They're all pretty cool people. Okay, see y'all later. Have a great day. Peace out, and keep being spooky.